For £1,000, we got a 13-year-old Hilux diesel, which had done 190,000 miles. And, judging by the state of it, only 10 of them had been done on the road.
We love cars like this on Top Gear. It's why we like the Citroën Berlingo and the Daihatsu Charade. They're simple, honest-to-God engineering. But this gives us a problem. See, when we get a Porsche to test, we find out how fast it goes. When we get a Renault Megane, we find out how safe it is. But this, as you know, is built for strength. So we've got to find out how tough it is.
That's why we brought it to Bristol. This city has an air of solidity about it. The paving stones, for instance, are cemented and then nailed in place. The buildings look planted. It's a Victorian ode to the test of time. So let's find out how the best-built city in Britain copes with our pickup truck.
Now this, I want to make it plain, is not Hollywood. We're not using stuntmen. We're not going to use any computer graphics. We haven't made any mechanical alterations to the car at all. We just picked it up from the farmyard and brought it here. Oh, dearie me, that was a bit uncomfortable.
It damaged my spine quite badly doing this. And then it set about damaging Bristol. This didn't really hurt it either.
Yeah, battery's good, radiator's good. That'll buff out. That's got it.
So we left the city centre and went to the seaside. I'd tried careless driving, so I thought I'd try a spot of careless parking.
Look what's happened. This is the Severn Estuary, home to the second biggest tide in the world. 40 feet, and it moves at 8 miles an hour. That's why the RNLI have tethered my car in place. I'm not going to get that out for hours. Damn! 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 Damn!
The lifeboatmen and locals thought it was all a huge laugh.
So that's going to drown my car?
Oh, yes.
Well, when will I be able to get it out again?
A few hours.
Windscreen's still in.
But then disaster. The ropes tying it down had snapped.
It could be out in the
It could be right out in the main channel. You may never see it ever again.
I don't think you've quite got this. We've got to get it back.
Very kindly, they waded out to see if they could find it, but it had gone. And it didn't turn up until the tide had gone out 5 hours later. The silt had jammed the steering lock and the cylinders were flooded with seawater. It was a wreck. And though we'd brought a mechanic along, we had no spare parts. things looked bleak. Well, the mechanic has worked on it now for 40 minutes or so, I think. And it's not looking good. Seems then that if you want to kill one of these things, the beach, the sea, salt water is the answer. Sorry. Wrong. Astonishingly, the Toyota was not dead.
I do not believe it! What?
Right, it started. Now, let's see if it moves. So it had survived the West Country. But would it survive our test track?
The problem is, what can we do here that we haven't already tried? Difficult one.
I mean, the only solid structure we have here is this, the Top Gear production office. And that won't stop it.
The Americans have used daisy cutters on these things, to no avail. But I've got something much more powerful. The Mistral GT. What do you have to do to kill one? Right. A bit undignified, but here we go. Oh, Lordy Lord, I'm too old for this. I honestly can't believe this. The steering's fine, the gearbox is fine, the low-range box is fine, the brakes are fine. Even the speedo's telling me we're doing 30.
To give you an idea of just how strong this car still is, look what we've got here. It's used to fell skyscrapers. But look what happens when you thump it into the car.
Well, the day thou gavest, Lord, is ended. But, sadly, the car isn't. It survived trial by water, it survived trial by Bristol and trial by caravan, but now it must face the most difficult trial of them all. Trial by fire.
That was phenomenal.
I know, amazing.
Be honest, did you really not change any bits?
Not a thing, other than the windscreen. Because the sea took the windscreen out, we had to put a new one in for driving through our production office. Otherwise, it would take my head off. So we put a new piece of perspex in. That was it. Other than that, nothing. We just had hammers, spanners, and a bit of WD-40 to get the engine going after the sea.
All of which makes it more of a shame that in the end you killed it with fire.
That was churlish.
Well, that's the thing. You probably won't believe this, ladies and gentlemen. I want a huge round of applause. It is still working!
Have you ever seen anything like it? What have you done? Oh, dear, it's not quite the same shape.
I have to say, I think the tracking's out. slightly.
That was done when it was dropped. You'll also notice if you rock it slightly, you can see if we just bring the camera around here, This headlamp has still got some of the Bristol Channel in it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, dear.
And you've got a light out on this corner as well,
Yeah,
Jeremy. I've
that was the
noticed.
tree.
Yeah.
Well, that means it's an MOT failure
Yeah,
as well,
the
so you'll have to
bonnet
do
did-
something about that.
The bonnet went up, but then the wrecking ball pushed it back down again. The interior not pretty. If
Oh,
we
no,
just...
you're right, that is.
Yeah, that's a bit singed.
And I
in there.
noticed above this enormous
radio's had it.
rust hole here, there's quite a dent there as well.
That was the sum total of the damage from the caravan.
And
That
what's,
little dent there.
what's in here?
That's your desk from the production office. You know you lost it.
I used to sit there.
You did, that's bust. This is quite interesting too. You see this little dent there? That was
there
a
is a
wrecking
dent.
ball.
Right.
That would knock down the Empire State Building. That's all it did to a Toyota
truly
pickup.
Slightly flattened the T of Toyota.